With us is Oregon Employment Department Communications Director Gail Krumenauer. Gail, can you describe the situation that's happening with unemployment claims in Oregon?
During the week that started March 8th, we received 4,900 initial claims for unemployment benefits in Oregon. That jumped to a record 76,500 in the week that started March 15th, and we're still tracking at record levels of initial claims now.
What is the Employment Department doing to meet this record level of initial claims for benefits?
When we first started seeing the sharp increase in claims, our employees that were already here and working on taking claims, they increased the number of claims that they processed by 4.5 times over the week. Now, in the past couple of weeks, we've doubled the number of staff we have taking claims, and we're on track to tripling it. We're also adding more phone lines. We need secure phone lines to be able to protect the information of the people who are calling in to provide details so that they can get unemployment benefits. And in addition, we're looking at more IT supports that we can use to help speed up the processing. Still, this is a record level of initial claims. It's not like anything we've seen. And so that's causing some frustration for people who are trying to get through and get help.
People are frustrated. What can we do to help those people who are frustrated?
We continue to encourage everybody who can file their initial claim online and their weekly claims online at oregon.gov/employee. We encourage everybody who can make their claim online to do so. We can process so many more claims online. The vast majority of them, we have experienced much more difficulty with the phones. And so what we've found is that over the past week, the number of calls, initial claims that we've been able to complete by phone has gone down. And that's gone down because we have people who have already filed their initial claim who keep calling back into the system after it's actually already been processed online. Several simultaneous redialing attempts. And all of that is jamming the phone system in a way that actually allows fewer number of calls to get through.
And some people do have to file or complete their claims by phone, right?
Yes, that's correct. And so if it's at all possible to file that claim online, and that initial claim is really the one that is the most labor intensive, requires the most work, we're really hoping everybody that can do that will, so that it helps us and so that they're helping each other make it a greater opportunity for people who have to file that initial claim by phone to do so.
Have some people run into error messages when filing specifically because of COVID-19 related situations?
Yes, we've seen some situations where, for example, somebody might have said, someone who's on layoff for a temporary closure might have said that they weren't looking for work at other employers, and that would not disqualify them in a COVID-19 situation from being eligible for not actively seeking with other employers, so long as they're maintaining connection to their own. Still, they might have received an error message for that. And we have identified those claims, and we're actually making an automatic fix for those behind the scenes. So if that happened, you shouldn't have to call in. It should process your claim for you.
The new federal unemployment law, how does that affect benefits?
The new federal law, the CARES Act, it was signed into law on March 27th, and it expands the eligibility for unemployment benefits in Oregon. We are waiting for some guidance from the Department of Labor to figure out specifically how we implement each of those guidelines. In the meantime, we are continuing to process claims. And if someone's claim might have been different than it currently is because of the federal law, we'll continue to pay your claims now and then also catch up with the changes, the additional benefits that become available through the federal law as we get that into our systems. And if someone thinks that they would be eligible now, that wasn't before, we encourage them to go ahead and file a claim, and we will process their claims according to the federal guidelines as we get that up and running.
How long will it take me to receive my first unemployment insurance payment?
That's a really good question, and there's a lot of moving parts that really affect that. One of the other things that we're seeing online is that someone will successfully file an initial claim, and then they'll come back the next week to file their weekly claim, and it'll say that it's not valid. And it is valid, and it's okay. They don't have to call in for that, even though, of course, that would make you worry, right? What it is that we're catching up. We're catching up to this really unprecedented level of claims. And so we know that it's taking more than a week to get to those initial claims. And again, we're really trying our best to ramp up with staff and to pursue some more IT-related opportunities that can help speed that up. If somebody does get an error message about a non-valid claim, it's okay. Even the claim that had the error message, we've got it, and we are going to process it. We're just catching up.
Some people are worried about paying rent, about making ends meet. What resources are available for these people?
I know they're worried, and the Oregon Governor's Office has put together a website called coronavirus.oregon.gov, and that serves as a resource with information about where meals are available for kids who need them while they're out of school. It has more information about the kinds of regulations that are going into effect to keep people in their homes, and I recommend that as a resource for additional information beyond unemployment insurance benefits.